We are in 1843 London. What you see around us might look like lanterns, some old wood, and old knickknacks, but really, these are all really special treasures that help this story come to life. Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol is a retelling of a story we all know and love, A Christmas Carol, where mean Mr. Scrooge learns the true meaning of Christmas after being visited by 3 ghosts of Christmas. Now this story takes that on a new turn where maybe Tiny Tim had something to do with it. So, let's go take a look. Come on. There's quite a few secrets in this show. Behind doors, behind props, and some behind puppets. Come this way.
Hello.
It's Lucian, our prop master. Hey, Lucian.
Hey.
How are you today?
I'm great. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. Lucian, what do you do here at Magik?
So I'm the prop master, so all the props that the actors hold on stage or any puppets that they use, I build or I find them. So one of the ones that I built for this show is this big guy right here. It is our Ghost of Christmas Future puppet. And it is puppeteered by the actress who plays the puppet seller in the show.
Yes.
And he is very large.
How does she work this puppet?
So inside of her rib cage, there is an actual camping backpack frame that the actress gets inside, straps on, and then when she's ready to actually walk on stage, she flips a little switch in here, and his lights turn on. So when he actually appears, it's all this fog coming out and the creepy lights and the big hands. So it's a really big appearance when he comes on stage.
That's really scary. How long did it take you to build him?
This took about 3 or 4 weeks to build, on and off.
Wow.
Because you build just the frame first, and then you start draping all of this crazy fabric on to make it look really ghostly and creepy.
Well, that it does. Awesome. Thanks, Lucian.
Thank you.
We're going to go this way now. So we just showed you a really cool puppet that's in the show, but we also have some really special backdrops. So Charles Dickens wrote the book A Christmas Carol, and in his book he included original illustrations, and those original illustrations are the same illustrations you'll see on these backdrops during the show. There's 7 of them total, and they get pulled out at different points of the show on these curtain rods. So what might look like a normal curtain is actually a full-sized mural of a real Charles Dickens illustration. They're super cool. And our assistant technical director, Chris Bonetta, painted them by hand. He actually used a projector and a ladder to project the original illustrations onto these canvases and then painted them by hand. It's a really amazing process. Beyond these, we have just a few more puppet treasures. Lucian. Hey. What do we have here?
This is the puppet seller's cart, which has been reused in a lot of magic shows. Most recently it was the candy cart in Willy Wonka. Originally it was the paleta cart for Phantom of the Alamo. Yes.
Yeah.
And a cool little detail on this cart is I dressed these main 3 puppets as some of the ghosts that come out in the show. So we have dressed as the Ghost of Christmas Past, Marley's Ghost, and the Ghost of Christmas Present.
These are really cute, and these are local puppets, right?
Yeah, these were purchased at the Mercado, the Market Square downtown, and they're all just redressed traditional marionette-style Mexican puppets.
Oh my gosh. I love shopping local, and I love these puppets.
Thank you.
And over here, we have Scrooge's bed. So this is where Scrooge is when the ghosts start visiting him. So this is seen throughout a lot of the show. We have a hand prop here, a mirror. We have this beautiful Victorian style bed. And speaking of Victorian style, here's a sneak peek at some of the costumes you see in the show. I don't want to touch. Everything is really intricately preset during the show, which means before the show starts, everything has to be in its exact right place because things move so quickly throughout the show. The actors have to know where all their things are. This is a Victorian style dress that's worn during the ball scene. So when Scrooge is remembering one of the Christmas Eves of his past, he remembers a ball that his family had, and you'll see a few tricks there. Come this way. So here on the set, you might think there's just a bunch of junk, but these are all really special to the story. We have Tiny Tim's crutch, his jacket, and this white robe you see in the foreground is the ghost of Christmas past. We also have a top hat, and a few extra tricks. You see, during this show, the sound effects are Foley style, where the actors are actually making the sound effects live on stage, like this wind machine, or the Christmas bells. These are independent light sources which add warmth to the show and make it feel really nice and cozy for that holiday spirit. Here we have an old table, we have a lot of barrels, trunks full of treasures that you might see actors pull props or costumes out of during the show. We also have what ends up being Tiny Tim's house, where Bob Crachit lives, and they have their Christmas feast here. This is also the workbench where Bob Crachit is made to work on Christmas, kind of leading Tiny Tim to want to find a way to get his dad out of work. These are really special. We have the ghost of Christmas present here, and the ghost of Christmas present's crown, which is very delicate. And if you take a look around us, you'll see multiple hanging lanterns, each one positioned really specifically to add extra light to the show. And if you notice those chandeliers, those were in Bunnicula. There's a lot of love that went into this set, and a lot of original pieces. What may look like a ladder might actually be a coat rack for a costume change. And what looks like an old mill might actually be the sound of the wind that you hear. But no matter where you look in Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol, there's something that will surprise you. So, come join us at the Magik Theatre until December 19th to see Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol. We hope to see you there. Bye, Magic Makers!